Former head men's basketball coach Homer Drew and his wife Janet were diagnosed with cancer in 2011. And while both are making a full recovery, Homer is just glad to be home. The baseball team continues to be victims of a harsh spring. Tuesday's game against Northwestern was canceled. A new casino opens its doors tomorrow in Dowagiac. I'll tell you what it means for the community tonight at 10. Will, you have 8 Horizon League games this year on ESPN and the Family Networks. What will this exposure do for the program? Behind me, maybe one of the best music venues in all of South Bend that no one has heard of. Valpo also looking for their first tournament win since '98 when Coach Bryce Drew was a senior. Early on, it was Reggie Arsenault putting on a clinic. First, a 3-ball from the left wing, then a nice backdoor cut that led to a floater inside. He finished with 14 on the night. With just over 9 to play first half, Valpo throws it down to Kevin Van Vyk for the tough bucket near the right block. Both teams would trade punches in the first half. Your score after 20 minutes, 34-30 Raiders. Valpo came out sluggish for the better part of 4 minutes until Kevin Van Vyk found Matt Kenny for this open tray. Good things always seem to happen when Van Vyk touches the ball as he facilitates once again, this time to Will Bogan, who drains the long ball from the corner. 42-42 early second half. Later it was Matt Kenny again from deep. He's made 6 of his last 10 from beyond the arc, folks. This one puts Valpo within 2. Then Ryan Brokoff, proving to all why he was named Horizon League Player of the Year. He somehow manages to get this one to go. And under 30 ticks left, conventional wisdom says run down the clock as much as possible, but Brokoff is far from conventional. Without hesitation, he lifts for a 3-pointer, hitting nothing but net and sending the Arc faithful into an all-out frenzy. The brown and gold would hang on from there. Final score, Valpo 69, Wright State 63. Here's how the stats looked from Saturday. Kevin Van Vyk had 18 points and 7 boards. Add that to his 31 points against Detroit, and what does that equal? Well, Horizon League Player of the Week honors, that's what.
You can remember this and you fight through to the end.
The loss, while devastating for a coach, doesn't compare to the emotion of playing your last game in a Valpo uniform. I spoke with several players about the game, their career, and this group of seniors.
It's been one heck of a journey. Guys that I've been with since the start.
From the outside, it looks like any other historic school. But inside, instead of students, you'll find tenants. Central High Apartments is home to one of the most unique spots in the city. The pool not only hosts bands and musicians from all over the country, but roommates Gus Bennett and Dina Woods also call it home.
We do host acoustic music shows regularly. We form shows basically around touring bands, and then we just open up our home as a community space for people to come and enjoy the music.
For Gus, what started out as an apartment search has turned into a passion. He never imagined hosting musicians and fans under his roof.
For many of them, it's a livelihood. They're on the road. They're playing to live. So if they can make a few bucks playing in a swimming pool, I want to help them out. Musicians near and far make the pool their destination of choice and are constantly looking for reasons to come back.
It's a really great environment. I play a lot of bars and places where there's a lot of clatter and people don't really listen to your music in depth. So it's nice to come to a place like this where everybody's dead silent and they're hanging on every word.
Fans who come to the pool are music lovers who enjoy the unique setting and eclectic acts. Everyone from the mayor to up-and-coming bands have made this deep end their stage. In downtown South Bend, Drew Taylor, Fox 28 News. 13 points in 13 minutes in that win over Cleveland State on Saturday. How about the touch from the big man, not only with his own offense, but dishing it out inside?
I think he will be on the hot seat.
He hasn't helped his cause with some of his comments either, I might add.
But he never did that in Chicago either.
Right, but he was established. He won a World Series.
Yeah.
Some of these Miami fans are looking at this guy and saying, "Look, this is your first year here, and you're gonna mouth off, and you're not gonna even back it up with production."
Sure.
First segment in the rearview mirror. It's time to look outside the world of Crusader athletics and talk about the NFL, specifically the front runner this year. Sydney Smallbone and Katie Stuppy were 2 of Michiana's most prominent players in their high school days. Smallbone won a state championship for South Bend St. Joe's and went on to play at Tennessee, while Stuppy was a star at Dowagiac and later ran point for Bethel College. Both were back on the court, but this time they were running things from the sideline. Smallbone learned from the best. Pat Summitt is the all-time winningest coach in NCAA history, and some of her style has rubbed off.
A couple of offenses I put in are Coach Summitt, so it's kind of cool to give back to the area, to teach them some of Pat's philosophies on some basic stuff, so pretty cool.
I've always been a huge Sydney Smallbone fan, and when I found out that she was my coach, I was thoroughly excited.
For Katie, she has aspirations of becoming a full-time coach someday, and this was a chance to get her feet wet.
I gave them like a few basic plays, but just to showcase their talent and use what they can do and help each other out and make it as simple as possible. Like play the basketball game they love. You don't have to be a robot out there, just play.
Competition comes naturally to these two. They've been going at it for years because they're actually cousins.
It's like to see each other across that sideline, like, are you going to press me right now, really? We were kind of joking about it.
And she's a little spitfire too. She gives it everything she's got, so bragging rights are on the table right now.
For Fox 28, I'm Drew Taylor. For updates on these games as well as the rest of Crusader sports, log on to ValpoAthletics.com. That's it for sports. Guys, back to you.